As I had two spectrums and two interface ones, I couldn't resist temptation to link them together to see the network in action, something I never had the chance to do back in the old days in the 1980s. Unfortunately, there are only about 5 commercial programs that were written that actually use the network. The ones I found were 4 in a row, Delta Wing, Hunter Killer, which also has a version called U-Boat Hunt, TT Racer, and Overlords. So I was delighted when I found a book called 25 Programs for the ZX Interface 1 LAN, written by Paul Stanley. Unfortunately, none of the programs in that book seem to have been saved for posterity. So I've now decided I'm going to transcribe all the programs in that book and save them. I'm also going to show each one by one on this YouTube channel. This is the first of the network programs, and I'll just run it on the first spectrum. And it reminds me that I need to actually load it into the other spectrum from the other spectrum. So I'm loading across the network from station 1. Now the game is loaded in both spectrums, and the objective of this game is each player creates his own maze and hides his damsel in part of that maze, and then each of the players has to guess by deduction where the other person has hid their damsel and also work their way through their maze. So we'll start here, and I'm going to call this big monitor 1 is going to be station 1. And we need to do the same sort of thing here. Of course, we'll call this small monitor 1 station 2. Now each person then has to construct their maze, first of all, in which to hide their damsel. So I shall now construct a very simple maze so that we can run a very simple game. So I'll just close it very simply here. Normally, of course, you'd make it something more interesting. So I've done my maze on station 1, player 1 on station 1 on spectrum 1, and I need to just decide where to put my damsel in it. So I'll just go up here and I'll place her there. So that's my damsel, that flashing mauve and grey light. Now the other guy's got to construct his maze, so I'll go over to the other spectrum now and we'll construct a maze here. Again, I'll keep it very simple just to show the principle here. Let's go down here a bit, and actually I can make it very, very simple by just closing it off there and putting my damsel one step down there. Okay, so enter to start, enter to start. Okay, it's your move, and it's looking at player 1. So player 1 is just going to make a guess, and he's going to go to the right. Now there's a clue. He's made a mistake and hit a wall. So it now goes over to the other player, but the first player knows he's hit a wall, and therefore he can't go any further in that direction. So second player, he's going to go to the right too. He can do that, that's fine. He'll try again. But now he's hit a wall. Right, So he now knows that's as far as he can go to the right at that point. Now back to player 1. He knows he can't go right, so what he's probably going to do is go down. And of course, if he does, because it's very simple, he actually finds the damsel first and wins the game.